As an historian, it fascinates me that in 300,000 years of human existence on this planet, we can only recall the last 2,000 years or so. We even, conveniently, start our calendar and mark 2024 years ago as year one when the planet we live on is 4.7 billion years old. Between 12,900 to 11,700 years ago, a cataclysmic event occurred that could have potentially wiped out an advanced ancient civilization, perhaps even more advanced than our current society. What if this event led to a mass extinction of humans? What if we are a species with amnesia? I'm going to come back to this later in the video. The Younger Dryas, often referred to as the Ancient Apocalypse, is characterized by a sudden and significant drop in temperatures in the northern hemisphere. The Younger Dryas lasted for about 1,200 years. This climatic shift interrupted the gradual warming following the last glacial maximum, causing near-glacial conditions. Evidence of this event is found in ice cores, sediment records, and pollen data, showing a return to cold conditions in regions like Greenland, Europe, and North America. These changes could have disrupted not just simple hunter-gatherer communities, but also potentially more advanced ancient societies whose existence is shrouded in mystery. The Younger Dryas would have a profound effect on human populations. The sudden return to glacial conditions posed significant challenges for societies, making agriculture particularly difficult. This could have led to starvation in cities, meaning people would be forced to hunt for food. In North America, this period coincides with the extinction of a numerous megafauna species, highlighting the complex relationship between climate change and human activity. This era could have also forced any societies to adapt rapidly or face decline. Now, the notion of advanced civilizations existing is an idea as old as Plato, but recently it has been popularized by Graham Hancock. It is a topic of considerable intrigue and controversy within the fields of archaeology and ancient history. Hancock, a prominent author and journalist, suggests in his books such as Fingerprints of the Gods and Magicians of the Gods that an advanced civilization may have existed and been largely wiped out by the cataclysmic events of the Younger Dryas around 12,900 to 11,700 years ago, similar to what happened to the dinosaurs. Now, later in this video, we will discuss just how advanced these societies could have been. But for now, let's do what good historians do and focus on the evidence. Hancock's theories draw upon a variety of archaeological sites and enigmatic artifacts that he believes indicate the presence of a sophisticated civilization. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence he cites is Göbekli Tepe in southeast Turkey. This archaeological site, dated to around 9,600 BC, way before the Egyptians built the pyramids, features massive stone pillars arranged in circles that could not possibly be natural, some of which are intricately carved with animal motifs and abstract symbols. The scale and complexity of Göbekli Tepe challenges conventional views of prehistoric societies, suggesting that the people who built it possessed advanced knowledge and social organization previously unattributed to such early human groups, and this definitely would not have been possible for hunter-gatherer people. However, archaeologists have only excavated 5% of Göbekli Tepe. Perhaps they have uncovered something truly remarkable and do not want us to know. Göbekli Tepe is the oldest known freestanding human-built structure. Now, any academic institute could throw money at excavation, yet they have not. Why? Why is the most important archaeological discovery ever not being excavated? Another intriguing site, often linked to Hancock's theories, is the ancient city, and I apologise if I pronounce this incorrectly, Gunung Padang in Indonesia. This site, featuring megalithic structures, has been dated by some researchers to be much older than previously thought, potentially predating the end of the Younger Dryas. Now, Hancock believes that Gunung Padang, with its sophisticated construction techniques and layered structure, could be remnants of an advanced civilization that existed before the widely accepted timeline of human development. Hancock also points to submerged ruins found off the coast of Japan, India, and the Bahamas. For example, and again I apologize if I get this wrong, the Yonaguni Monument, which is an underwater monument near Japan's, again I apologize if I get this incorrectly, Ryukyu Islands, consist of massive stone formations that some researchers believe are man-made. Similarly, the ruins off the coast of Dwarka in India have been dated to times that correspond with the Younger Dryas, suggesting the possibility of an advanced civilization in India that was affected by the dramatic sea level rise associated with the end of the last ice age. The more we learn about the pyramids in Egypt, the more we learn that we actually don't know anything about them. It is impossible to date when the stones were cut, and our early societies could cut stone with laser-like precision in the first place. We also don't even know if it was the Egyptians who actually built them, or what they built them for. One theory is that the pyramids and others found across the world were used as power stations to harness energy, which seems more logical than a giant tomb. We can only fathom what a society with tens of thousands of years to develop could have done technologically. Now, for the part of the video that I'm sure you've been waiting for. Just how advanced could these early societies have been? It's commonly thought that we are more advanced today than what we have ever been. Perhaps we are scared to admit the possibility that all of what we have built could be lost with an asteroid, a nuclear war, or a global pandemic. Perhaps we could have been very technologically advanced in the past. And it makes sense. We have been on this planet in our current form for 300,000 years. And our society is proof that it only takes a couple of hundred years to go from using a bucket as a bathroom and throwing it out of the window onto the streets to having aeroplanes, the internet, and the International Space Station. And the fall of the Roman Empire is proof of how quickly a society can collapse and how long it takes us to crawl back to the brink of a renaissance. Imagine a world 100,000 years ago, a time shrouded in mystery. Southeast Africa would have been the most hospitable place for human societies to grow, with a stable and warm climate, providing abundant water sources, diverse flora and fauna, and varied landscapes. What if there were no countries or borders? Imagine if society became so technologically advanced that culture and information was shared freely. It's time to use our imagination a little bit and imagine a what-if scenario. Picture a civilization akin to the fabled Atlantis, flourishing in an era we scarcely remember. These people, let's call them the Illyrians, were masters of their environment, harnessing the power of the land and the stars to build a society of breathtaking sophistication. The Illyrians built magnificent ziggurats and used them as power stations for their mega cities. They had a deep knowledge of the cosmos and might have even colonized space. Their megalithic constructions, like the enigmatic site of Göbekli Tepe, were not merely places of worship, but centers of learning and astronomical observations. They aligned their temples with the stars, mapping celestial events with a precision that would astonish modern scientists. But their world was not without its challenges. Around 12,900 to 11,700 years ago, the Illyrians faced the unpredictable forces of nature, most notably the catastrophic climate change known as the Younger Dryas. This sudden and severe drop in temperatures disrupted their way of life, leading to massive floods, food shortages, and societal upheaval. Legends speak of a great flood that swallowed entire cities, erasing much of their civilization from history. This tale of the Illyrians, an advanced civilization that rose and fell between the dawn of recorded history, is of course entirely made up. But it invites us to reconsider what we know about the past. Could it be that such a society once existed, leaving behind only whispers of their greatness? The evidence, hidden in ancient stone carvings and submerged ruins, beckons us to implore further, to seek out the lost chapters of human history. Perhaps this is what the stories of the Bible are. Perhaps the story of Noah and his ark were not fantasies for children, but a chilling warning of the great flood of the Euphrates and Tigris rivers in ancient Mesopotamia, and were just translated over time, losing their meaning like a game of Chinese whispers. The story of the Illyrians, much like the legends of Atlantis or Egypt, captivates our imagination and challenges our understanding of human potential. It reminds us that even in the depths of prehistory, humanity's drive for knowledge, innovation, and survival shone brightly, leaving a mark on the world we inhabit today. To conclude, while the idea of advanced civilizations existing before the Younger Dryas remains speculative and contentious, the archaeological sites and anomalies highlighted by researchers like Graham Hancock and Randall Carlson, along with the stories like Plato, continue to provoke thought and investigation. These sites suggest that our ancestors may have been more advanced than traditionally believed, perhaps significantly so. But it also reminds us of how fragile our current society is, and how, just like the Illyrians, or the Atlanteans, or the Egyptians, or even the Romans before us, we too can sink into a dark age. This has been a very random history video, but it's an important one. This is one that I've been wanting to do since I started this channel, and I just couldn't figure out how to do it properly and give it the respect it deserves without going down the conspiracy theory flat earth route. I'll leave you with this: the two words that have kept people up at night more than any other. What if?